Last week, I released a video about a scary niche, and the response from you was absolutely amazing. Seeing the level of interest and support made me realize that this is exactly the kind of content you're looking for. That's why today, I decided to take it a step further and dive into an even more professional niche, horror animations. I don't want to waste your time with a long introduction, so let me give you an example to show just how big the potential is in this space. A channel like Horror Shorts Party has reached over 1.4 million subscribers with only 481 videos. One of its videos hit 13 million views, and its monthly income is around $20,000. These numbers show that creating horror animations is not just entertaining, it's extremely profitable. But the big question is, how can we create such animations? Do we need to be animators? Not at all. That era is over. Today, with the help of AI, we can produce animations in just a few hours that rival or even surpass many professional examples. In this video, you'll learn step by step how to create click-worthy and optimized titles, how to write cinematic and engaging scripts that keep viewers hooked until the very end, and finally, how to use AI tools to produce animations at a professional studio level. There are plenty of successful examples where combining storytelling and animation has led to high revenues, and this style of content always has an audience. So if you're looking to build a long-lasting channel, now is the perfect opportunity. Every step in this tutorial comes with tips that can accelerate your success exponentially. So stick with me until the end of the video to make sure you don't miss a single trick. Before we dive into the tutorial, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos. Next, you'll see a short demo of the final result so you can get an idea of what we're going to create. And at the end of the video, we'll watch the full animation together.
You're still here. That night, the chanting became a scream, and my bedroom door rattled like something was trying to break through. I called a friend, a paranormal investigator named Tara, who brought equipment. Her EMF reader spiked in the basement, where we found the altar from the photo, now littered with bones. Small, little, not quite animal.
Step 1. Finding story ideas. To create these kinds of stories, we first need ideas that are truly engaging and capture the audience's interest. Horror content spans a wide range, but our goal is to find ideas that few people have explored or haven't been explored at all. That's why I've prepared a more professional, low-competition set of prompts in this stock file. So by following these instructions, you can generate thousands of unique story ideas, each with its own horror atmosphere, from mythical creatures to abandoned places. All you need to do is open the doc file and copy the instructions from the title prompt section to start generating ideas. Next, we move on to Grok, a powerful AI. Of course, you can also use other AI tools like ChatGPT. Simply paste the prompt into Grok and hit enter, and immediately you'll get a list of 10 ideas. But don't worry, these aren't all the ideas. You can request as many ideas as you want to cover the same niche. For example, I typed, "Give me 20 more ideas," and Grok generated 20 more professional and compelling ideas. Remember, you can fully customize these prompts to fit your style and needs. Now you just need to pick one of these ideas to move on to the next step. Step 2. Writing the script. The script is the most crucial part of creating a horror video. When viewers choose to watch a horror video, they expect to experience a sense of mystery and real fear through the story. That's why we need to convey those feelings effectively and build an atmosphere of suspense and tension through our storytelling. To do this, simply go back to the doc file and copy the instructions from the script prompt section. Then open Grok and paste the prompt there. At the beginning of the prompt, you'll see a section called Title Input, which is where you place the idea you chose in the previous step. For example, I selected idea number 18 and pasted it into the section. Once you press enter, Grok immediately starts generating 4 different horror stories. At the end of the prompt, it also asks if you need more stories or want a longer script, for instance, for a 1-hour video. You can simply request it and Grok will create additional stories for you effortlessly. Using this method, you can even create longer stories, just like successful channels that feature dozens of horror stories each. My recommendation is to read through the generated stories yourself, and if possible, add your own creative touches to make the narrative more unique and impactful. Now that our video script is ready, it's time to move on to the next step. Step 3. Creating the voiceover. There are 2 ways to create the voiceover. My recommendation is that if you have a captivating voice suitable for narrating horror stories, you should definitely record the script yourself, but if not, we can use AI text-to-speech tools. For this tutorial, I use DubDub AI. Simply search for DubDub AI on Google and open the official link. Then log in with your Google account, click on Studio, and select AI Voiceover. In this section, you can listen to voices that best match the style and mood of your story. To make things easier, you can go to the Scary Content section, which offers voices specifically suited for horror narrations. Personally, I recommend the voice of Tommy Murphy for horror stories.
In the quiet shadows of Birmingham, we make our own rules.
Because it carries the right tone and atmosphere. After choosing the voice, go back to Grok and copy the story you want to use. For example, I choose story number 3 and copy the entire text. Then paste it into DubDub and click Generate to create the voiceover. Within moments, the voice is ready and you can download it in MP3 or WAV format from the export section. Step 4. Creating images and animation. Now we've reached the stage where our video starts to take shape. This is where we first create the scary images and then, with a few simple steps, bring them to life as animations that completely captivate the audience. Step by step, we'll learn how to perform this magic using AI. For this niche, we want to create engaging 2D animations. So the first thing we need is images to represent our desired visual. To do this, go back to the doc file and copy the instructions from the image prompt section. Then paste them into Grok. As you'll see, Grok starts generating characters for our story and then produces prompts for creating images. As you can see, Grok generates 20 prompts for creating images and characters, and if you need more, you can simply request additional prompts and it will generate new professional ones for you. To create the images, go to Google and search for Image FX. Click on the official link and enter the tool. Then click on Whisk, and in the page that opens, click entering the tool to get started. Here, paste the prompt you copied from Grok, select the YouTube size, and click Generate. Within seconds, your images will be ready. Download every image you want, then go back to Grok, copy the next prompt, paste it into the tool, and generate the next set of images. As you can see, the prompts are carefully detailed so that the images are produced with high quality and precision. We repeat this process until we have images for all the scenes. Now that our images are ready, it's time to turn them into the animations we want. For this final step, go to the doc file and copy the instructions from the video prompt section. Then paste them into Grok. As soon as you paste, Grok starts creating high quality video prompts, so well prepared that you don't even need to worry about sound effects or additional visual effects. Next, go back to Whisk, select the image you want, click Animate, paste your prompt, and hit Generate. After a few seconds, wow! The first animation sequence is ready, looking highly professional and polished. For the second sequence, we repeat the same process. Select the best image, copy the prompt from Grok, paste it, and generate. In just a few seconds, the second sequence is complete, precise, and high quality. We continue this process for all sequences until every scene has been transformed into animation. And don't forget, the final animation will be shown at the end of the video, so make sure to watch it all the way through and let me know your thoughts so I know how magical this experience felt for you. Step 5. Final editing. Alright, our video directing is almost complete and now it's time for the final editing. You might think editing is difficult, but actually it's the opposite. We don't need to do anything overly complicated because the sequences were designed in a way that complex edits aren't necessary. I use the desktop version of CapCut for this process. Simply click Create Project and import all the video sequences we created along with our voiceover into the project. First, we add the voiceover we generated with DubDub AI to the timeline. If there are any long pauses, remove them, but be careful not to damage the main audio. Once the pauses are removed, select the entire audio file, right-click, and choose Create Compound Clip, so the voiceover becomes seamless and uninterrupted. Next, we place all the sequences on the timeline and synchronize them with the voiceover. We continue this carefully until every sequence matches the narration perfectly. Now it's time for transitions. I use the black fade transition to create smooth and natural movements between sequences, and I apply this transition consistently throughout the video. After that, we move on to subtitles. In the text section, click Auto Caption and hit Generate. It may take a few minutes for the subtitles to appear. Once ready, you can choose from different subtitle templates to make the video more engaging. For example, I picked a minimal template and adjusted the size to my preference. Always double-check your subtitles to make sure there are no spelling mistakes. Finally, we add background music. Go to Pixabay and search for Horror to find a list of suitable spooky tracks. Choose whichever fits the style of your animation, download it, import it into CapCut, and place it on the timeline. Lower the volume slightly so it doesn't interfere with the voiceover. And that's it. Our professional animation is ready. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. With this style of animation and niche, you can grow your YouTube channel faster and even start generating income. Remember, the key to success on YouTube is consistency, so keep going and don't give up. Whenever you need help, I'm here, just leave a comment. Oh, and the video isn't over yet. The animation we created will play at the end, so make sure to watch it. Thanks for staying until the end, and I'll see you soon with a brand new idea.
Renting a cheap apartment in Chicago seemed like a win for me. A broke college grad named Alex. The catch? My landlord, Mr. Voss, lived in the basement and was odd. He'd shuffle upstairs at midnight, knocking softly, asking if I'd heard the singing. I hadn't. The apartment smelled faintly of ash, and the walls were too thin, carrying every creak from below. One night, I heard it, a low chant, like a prayer but twisted, coming from the basement. Mr. Voss was reclusive, his eyes sunken, his hands trembling when he handed me the lease. He'd mutter about keeping it quiet, but never explained. I noticed scratches on the basement door, deep and uneven, like something had clawed to get out. My neighbor, an old woman named Ruth, warned me to avoid Voss. She said the previous tenant, a girl named Lena, had vanished after complaining about voices from the basement. I brushed it off as gossip. The chanting grew louder each night, seeping into my dreams. I'd wake standing at the basement door, my hand on the knob. One night, I found a photo under my couch, an old Polaroid of Lena, her eyes wide, standing in front of a basement altar covered in candles and symbols. I confronted Voss, who laughed, his voice too deep, saying, "She's still here." That night, the chanting became a scream, and my bedroom door rattled like something was trying to break through. I called a friend, a paranormal investigator named Tara, who brought equipment. Her EMF reader spiked in the basement, where we found the altar from the photo, now littered with bones. Small, little, not quite animal. Voss appeared, his eyes black, speaking in a voice that echoed inside my skull. "You invited it." Tara burned sage, chanting prayers, but the air grew thick, and the lights died. We fled as the basement door slammed shut behind us. I moved out, but Voss still calls me, his voice on the phone, not his own. The twist? The photo of Lena now shows me standing at the altar, though I never posed for it.